in the last few hours. Thanks to all the runners and people behind the scenes for all that they do. Thank you very much for your donation, TechArc. I have an anonymous $250 donation that says, loving the Zelda run. Fantastic job, Orchestra. Runner's choice. A Hero Remains donates $50 and says, heck yeah, this game is awesome. Alexander H. donated $250, says Breath of the Wild is an awesome game, and the speedruns of it are amazing to watch. Glad it's being played in SGDQ. Just as a quick update, for Earthbound, we have the photo collection at 17,336 out of 32,000. So still sitting at just around 15,000 more to go. And Out of Bounds is sitting just under 22,000 out of 25,000. So we need just about $3,000 more dollars. We can meet both of those very easily during Azorae's Portal 2 run coming up next. So let's try and get those met before the end of Portal, just so we have all of those cleaned up right as we're moving into Earthbound. I have an anonymous $250 donation. It says, loving the Zelda runs this year, and let's get us some Portal hype. We are going to take a quick break and play some Twitch ads, so we'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2017 here from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I would like to quickly overview a couple of prizes that are available as we're swapping over. Of course, we still have the Games Done Quick Custom Corsair PC, which is available for a cumulative $150 donation. So any of your donations adding up to $150 will be entered in for that. We have the Neal Custom SGDQ watch. And, of course, the recent opening is the Bandai Namco Prize Pack, which includes, but is not limited to, a Tekken 7 Collector's Edition, a Hori Dragon Fight Stick, Tekken hat signed by Harada, Tales of Berseria Collector's Edition, Tales of Berseria Velvet Statue, Little Nightmares Collector's Edition, and more. I'm going to read a few more donations here real quick. Stephen Rorick donates $250, says, fantastic Breath of the Wild run. If work hadn't been so hectic this week, I would have loved to attend. Thank you all of the runners, tech, announcers, attendees, and everyone donating to a great cause. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for your donation. We also have C Rhodes 76 donates $20. So happy we get to see Portal 2 solo co-op. I'll donate another $20 if we get to see a round of rock, paper, scissors during the run. Mr. Shasta donates $20. It says, hello from the right side of the back couch. Good luck with taking everyone's breath away with your wild speed tricks this run, Orca. You know I believe in you, with a little heart at the end. Thank you for your donation, Shasta. All right, so we are going to take another quick break to play an ad. We will be right back.
All right, I'm twinge switching in for Railcoon here. Hope everyone is excited for this awesome Portal to solo co-op adventure we're about to partake upon. Got a $200 donation from Trigonometry that says, Zelda's always been my favorite series, and Breath of the Wild did the unthinkable and took our Ocarina of Time spot as a favorite in the series. It's crazy to see it beat in less time than it took me to beat the first shrine, and all for an amazing cause. Thanks to all the runners this week. And we have a $500 donation from Suavist Mute that says, only just started the run and I'm already learning new tricks. Definitely been waiting to see this game get broken. Got a $25 donation from Schmodgent that says, kudos to all those who donated the handmade crafts as prizes during the event. I'm enjoying the breath of the wildly creative people out there. Speaking of, there are a ton of fantastic prizes available for your donation. For as little as a $5 donation, you can be entered to win raffles for all sorts of great prizes. Things including a Deku mask, crochet Deku doll, Overwatch Reaper statue, and an awesome Bandai Namco prize pack. So make sure you get your donations in for a chance to win that awesome swag. Additionally, you can put your donations towards naming Earthbound characters, which will be coming up after Portal 2 here. Or you can also put it towards your favorite thing in Earthbound, or the player and dog's name, of course. Currently, the favorite food is anime. So if you don't want your favorite food to be anime, make sure you donate against it. Or donate for it. We've got a $75 donation from Midna Navi that says, Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. I've been so excited to see this run. First time donating? Thanks for all you do. There's an anonymous $126 donation that simply says, to one-up my boss. There's a $200 donation from Chris Bilak that says, I'm trying to get my girlfriend to play Portal, and I'm betting $200 that this run will sell it. And we have another $500 donation from Kirby Volt. Hello everyone, Kirby Volt here, putting in another donation for this week for a great GDQ event. It's been fun attending, and I hope we end on the highest of notes. Please put this towards naming the player Iwata for Earthbound. As we know, Iwata has always helped us enjoy our gaming to its maximum potential. Hype for the finale. $150 from Error that says, I don't like getting my picture taken, so here's some money to try and keep the Fuzzy Pickles photographer distracted. We have a $400 donation from Ground Flyer that says, thanks for everything. We've got a $100 donation from Joe163. Thanks to a 2-week business trip, I'm spending my Sunday in a hotel room. On the bright side, this means I can watch GDQ all day, so I couldn't have had a better time. We have a $20 donation from someone I'm going to butcher their name, surely, but I'll give it my best try. Zenon Makijewski. Longtime donator, first-time watcher. So glad I got to watch all these amazing runs this week. Get my name pronounced right, and I'll give another 20. Here's hoping. A $200 donation from PWF that says, another week of GDQ, another week of minimum work productivity. Thanks for all the good you do and for growing this community. And with that, it looks like we are ready to go with Azorae's Portal 2 solo co-op adventure. Here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with the opening cutscene, so I may as well say a few things while that's going on. First of all, I am completely floored and completely humbled by your incredible generosity. $200,000 in like 6 hours to get this run met. It was amazing. I was walking through downtown not expecting anything to happen. I got a phone call from staff like, we want the run in the marathon and we want it now, and I was really glad that I was able to do this, and I was really glad that you guys were able to come through for this total. So thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. It's for a great cause. And for behalf of everybody here at Games Done Quick and Doctors Without Borders, thank you so much. So, without further ado, I guess we'll begin the Portal 2 co-op speedrun in 3, 2, 1, now. All right. Quick audio cue. All right. So you'll notice that I'm controlling both of these characters, if I can actually do this. All right. Of course, the key bindings don't work. Hey, I'm not cheating hard enough. There we go. Wow, everything wasn't ready. I lied. All right. We might have to run back that countdown. Whoopsie poopsie. Huh. Cut to commercial, it doesn't work. I swear this has never happened before. All right.
Well, we have a $50 donation from Critical Everything. Can't wait for Earthbound. Awesome event this year. Thanks to all the runners for their skill and hard work.
I am toggled to crouch. All right, here we go. All right, we can actually start working because the keys work. All right. Let's go. No, we're fine, whatever. This is a speedrun, the timer doesn't matter. All right, very first puzzle, I need to pick my favorite animal, so let's go ahead with top left. Perfect.
Please observe your partner's favorite animal. Good.
So, second puzzle, I need to pick my favorite element of the periodic table. So, of course, I've got to go with Xenernicus, my former Proto 2 co-op partner who went off, got a full-time job, and got married and left me all by myself. So, Xenernicus, if you're out there, if you're watching, shout-outs, and please come back. All right, so the first thing you're going to notice is that I am not controlling both players at the same time. I don't have nearly enough arms for that, but I am using a keybind that will let me switch between the left and right, which are blue and orange, respectively. The actual names of the robots are Atlas and Peabody, but I very rarely refer to them as such, because blue and orange is much easier, and is how GLaDOS refers to them in the game dialogue. So to avoid confusion, we'll just call them blue and orange. So the calibration course is mostly just a bunch of bunny hopping through this linear hallway, but it does give you a good example of how this run is going to go. I basically do as much as I can with one robot to set everything up, and make as many moves as I can in one stretch here so that I don't have to switch back and forth multiple times. As you can imagine, it's hugely taxing on your ability to just remember where everything is. All right. So our first little glitch is coming up here. There are several gates in the co-op campaign that will only open once you've finished a puzzle, but once one of the robots goes through, in order to prevent the game from locking up, we'll lock the gate open. So what I'm going to do is do that, and then steal this cube and slide it directly under the fizzler. These fizzlers are supposed to destroy cubes so that you can't get them past puzzles where they've already been used. But in the co-op campaign, because of the way the physics work slightly differently than the single player, you can actually just slide things directly under them. Another audio cue coming up real quick. All right, so right there I'm going to backflip with both of the robots to skip an animation there, and that will save just a little bit of time.
Now let's continue.
And we hit both of these elevators, and we're done with the calibration tutorial.
At the end of a lot of levels, there's a forced animation to do a gesture with the robots, but jumping and then doing the emote key does a backflip, which is infinitely faster than all the others.
All right, so we're going to be beginning with the team building exercises, which are going to help me work together with myself as a team. So because, of course, I can't move them both at once, I'm going to go ahead and leave a portal there. Put a portal here so I can move back a little bit quickly. Make sure we're reset to level 1 so that I'm actually doing the entire run. And as soon as we get to this next elevator, we can go ahead and begin. So the first test in team building is pretty simple. All of the team building ones are pretty simple. They're kind of just to get you used to the whole co-op mechanic of having 2 players that each have to contribute to a puzzle. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 players that contribute to this puzzle, so I'm going to have to do them a little bit differently. Leave a portal here. Wrong button. Leave a portal here. Come back around. As I said, this run is a little confusing. Trying to do all this. Get both robots within the little camera trigger and walk into the elevators. Not too bad there. So you'll see that I have a key not assigned that I can hold to partner view. I don't need that because I always have the partner view. Although if you do bind that, you can have the split screen with another like mini picture-in-picture in each of the split screens to have 4 total portal windows, which I believe is the best value. Going to set ourselves up over by this door here. Pop this button, so we have a timing puzzle here. Timing puzzles much easier when you don't have to rely on some idiot who doesn't know how to time things. Make our way through here, and here's the first place that most parties stumble. Now you need to hit these 4 buttons all within a set time limit, and a lot of people cannot manage this with 2 people, so I'm going to do my very best to manage it with 1, and...
Very good. You've really come together as a team, thanks to the one of you who appears to
Thanks, GLaDOS. So, GLaDOS has a lot of really snide, taunting voice lines about how one player is carrying the team, and I think that's a really nice touch for this speedrun. All right, coming up next, I believe, is the laser intro.
potentially lethal when communication, teamwork, and mutual respect are not employed at all times. Naturally,
So, unfortunately for me, I don't communicate well or have a lot of teamwork skills, but there we go. Hopefully I can at least get some mutual respect for myself. All right. Orange is not going to do a whole lot here. Just stand on this button for me. That'll lower this wall so that I can grab this, come over here, burn these turrets, and line this up. All right. Set up some portals for when Orange has to come through.
I'm kidding.
And 1, 2.
Destroying them is part of
That'll
the
raise
test.
the stairs.
They are no more important to you than
All right.
it would compromise the test to divulge
Right into the elevator here.
individual scores.
That went pretty smoothly. The team building exercises are all pretty simple.
One of you is doing very
There is one difficult one coming up that requires a relatively precise bunny hop, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem, and there is a backup just in case it goes awry. I know personally I play most of my games at 120 FOV, which is relatively wide, so when I switch to like an 8x9 setup for the co-op split screen, it really throws off a lot of my bunny hopping.
I don't know what you think you are doing, but I don't like it. I want you to stop.
All right. So this is the rat maze. I'm going to set up portals with Run Robot and just go ahead and stand on this button.
Handling the cerebral challenge.
Make sure I leave this one here.
Ready to ponderously waddle into
And now I need to really coordinate myself here, so I need to make it through this rat maze, stand under this, hit this button, step over, jump real quick, put a portal down, and I just need to flick the laser at that and it will hold this door open for me.
tracking your accomplishments using science collaboration points. The truth is, every aspect of your performance will be reflected in your final score.
Gotta wait for this dialogue for the elevator to move, so we got time for a donation if you got one.
Opportunity advisement.
Got $125 from Mr. Popo that says, gotta fill out that pickle album. It's been a fantastic week. And there's a reminder, if you want to see the Fuzzy Pickles photo collection in Earthbound, that still needs about 11,000 to be met.
To reiterate,
All right, so here's that chamber that I was talking about. There's a setup for this. You want to stand about here, take 2 hops, and then 1 more. Very close. Fortunately, I have 2 characters, so while one is respawning, I can just try this again. That's not going to work. Let's just do the backup. We're going to do a quick wall strafe jump there, set up some portals for the loser who fell in the acid, and we will be well on our way. Unfortunately, if you die here, there's a slightly longer dialogue that GLaDOS will give you, but that's not too big of a deal.
perhaps I should have specified. Teamwork is a concept in which 2 or more people work together, usually with the goal of not failing horribly.
Fair. we've got, I believe, one more real test in the team building course. Yeah. So now we're behind the scenes, and Blue is just going to do this by himself. Orange is not super important right here. So let's go ahead and do a co-op map with one character. These two levers are supposed to be hit at the same time, but they give you enough leeway that you can just pop both of them just like that. Leave myself a portal and slam dunk this into the player. That's all that I need to do here, but now I have a little bit of time for GLaDOS to talk to me. So I'm going to show off some incredibly good level design by Valve right here. This catwalk has been misaligned since the game came out in 2011, so Gay Ben, please fix. And that's going to be it for team building, so I'm going to have time for a little bit of a donation.
We've got a $10 donation from Pheno the Fox that says, "Hey Azorae, it's Pheno. Not the Twilight Princess speedrunner, you bully. Sorry I couldn't watch your Talos run, but I made sure to make it to this one. I'm consistently impressed by your ability to avoid human contact, even going so far as to play a cooperative game alone. You're a hero to nerds everywhere."
That's why I'm here.
We've also got a $150 donation from our good buddy in the marathon here, Half Coordinated. It's hard to believe that this wonderful event is almost over. I saw so many friends, old and new, and I will miss you all terribly. Thank you for being a fantastic community and a family that I'm proud to be part of.
Thanks very much, Half Coordinated. So normally you're supposed to fling yourself here. This is the massive velocity course, but fortunately these robots have sticky heads and will stick to the ceiling.
Since you are thankfully not humans, I have changed the test to make them far
All
more
right.
challenging and far less pointless.
So here I am going to use a fling to make it across to this button, but the other button is going to be reached by what's called a reportal. So in order to prevent portal peaking like you can do in Portal 1, Valve added an acceleration that you can get from shooting a portal while you're, I need to wait for a dialogue here anyway. So it's for shooting a portal while going through a portal. And what happens is you get about 250 extra units per second of velocity, I believe is the number, which allows you to get past some gaps that you normally wouldn't be able to. And I'm going to be doing that a little bit more later in the run as well. That's one of the easier ones. There's a tougher one coming up at the end of this course. But now that we've reached the massive velocity course, we're going to be doing a lot of more high-speed, high-flying antics. That should be a little bit more fun. All right. Loading in here on the next map.
Electrocuted, shocked, drowned.
I'm going to go ahead and set up an Infinifling here, which is when you have a portal on the floor and on the ceiling. And Orange is just going to go for a little bit of a ride.
Humans can die. You can't die in any of those ways.
Fling this here, and if I'm very fast, I can set up another Infinifling and then fling myself without having to activate the button a second time.
Well done.
All right.
Interesting, though. I only created
Thank you.
I'm building the world's smallest trophy for you.
$25 from Lisa. Portal 2 caused so many domestic disputes in my house, it's a miracle I'm still married. Can't wait to see Azorae take this game apart.
All right.
The best
All
way
right.
of confidence is to
Coming up here is the first real route difference from doing this solo co-op rather than normal co-op. So in normal co-op, the orange player, Peabody, will actually have an amount of lag because the game works as a client server rather than two players connecting to the same server. So Peabody uses lag to stick one of the buttons down right there and then can move around just like that. Unfortunately, because I'm playing on LAN with myself, obviously, I don't have that lag, so I can't stick any buttons, which means I have to route the game just a very slightly different lag. Although I can still make that jump there to skip the fling and hit the button like that. And then I jump into the goo with one of the robots to cancel a dialogue and actually save a couple of seconds like that, because it'll let the elevator run immediately as soon as I enter it, rather than waiting for GLaDOS to talk about the death or something. I don't know. All right.
remember when I told you that.
All right, the juggling test.
Calibration.
Another Infinifling here, a much smaller one.
There are 5,000 other two-subject teams in direct
Let's come right here.
competition with you.
Make sure this robot's going all the way in here. I'm gonna hit this pedestal button, then make a few bunny hops, switch over, hit this pedestal button, grab this orb right here. And again, I only need to put this in here as long as it takes for me to get through the door with another robot. So So I can go ahead and fizzle that on my way into the elevator. All right. A couple more massive velocity ones to do.
Did you notice I didn't even stay at the end of your last task?
So the portal placement helpers are a little finicky. Normally you can just aim anywhere near that circle and it'll hit it.
I was outside watching some deer frolic.
But this chamber has a bit of a tricky snipe shot, so let's see if I can hit it quickly. So I need one robot to set up their portals, and the other robot to go through the portals, and then shoot just like that, so that I can fling myself all the way through. Once it's through, can turn around, fling myself like that. Apologize if I'm using some filler words and less than insightful commentary. I am trying to focus just a little bit here. So I get through here, and blue, purple. And I'm going to taunt going through this portal to skip an animation, hopefully. I didn't get there. You need to be in midair when you hit the taunt button for it to work. And unfortunately, I was already on the ground. Not a huge deal. This means I have to wait for this dialogue, so we got time for a donation.
$125 from Medax that says, shout-outs to the Goon Squad. And we've also got a $1,000 donation from Gassy Mexican. Fantastic event as always. Congrats to all who helped put this event on, from the tech crew to runners, casters, and announcers. Can't wait to attend myself. Looking forward to watching Portal 2 co-op get destroyed solo style.
All right, so this level is a little bit interesting. I'm going to be doing a couple of strange things with this cube, the first of which involves me. What portal is that? Blue? Sure. Oh, they're both blue. All right. This isn't a portable surface, but if you aim at that exact pixel, you can actually put a portal where you're not supposed to be able to.
What?
And then by using the robots walking through doors thing and sneaking a cube under a fizzler just like that, I can skip this entire chamber, which is very nice because this is a tricky timing puzzle that takes just a long time to do. So rather than having to catch the cube as it kind of walks around this chamber, we just steal the one from the previous one.
That seems like cheating, though.
Oh, yes, definitely. Don't worry about it.
Without the looming consequence of death.
There will be plenty of stealing things from previous puzzles in this round. All right. I believe this is the dual button. Yes. So there are two buttons on the wall here, but the way that they're programmed in the level editor, you just have to hit one of them twice quickly. So I'll hit this button, hit that button again, and it'll open the door for me. Here I'm going to be doing a quick re-portal. Hit this faith plate on the wall. This is the tricky one. I need to do some air strafing, but there we go. And there's actually a debug button hidden right here, and you can hit it and just open this door. Solid level design from Volvo.
That's honestly my favorite part of that level.
Yeah.
Official testing courses.
Yeah, that is definitely one of my favorite courses in the co-op. It's just got a lot of really cool tricks that are mostly based on how the level is actually built in the level editor.
And getting the timing to actually get through that door after hitting the debug button is a little tight. You got to get some bunny humps in there in order to make it.
You do need to bunny hop pretty well. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of this next level.
No worries. They are of no use.
So there's actually... Oh,
Default experience.
hang on, let me just miss my shots real quick. Here, I'll do it with Alice instead. There's a small gap in this pipe that you can just pick a cube out of. So we're going to turn off the fan, set up a fling, and then make our way over to the other side. Now again, we have a pair of levers that we need to hit, usually with two players, but what you can do is what I usually call rug strats, where you stand on the side of the rug, swing yourself around like this, and there we go. Second try is not too bad for that. That one's definitely the tightest of the double levered pulls in the run, but now all I have to do is run up these stairs, grab a disc, and shove it into a player, so we've got time for probably 2 or 3 donations here.
Got an anonymous $50 donation. Here's to one player carrying the team. And we've got a $1,000 donation from Power Up Audio.
Oh no, it's over.
Hey, SGDQ.
Now we're good.
Another marathon almost wrapped, and once again, we've all been shown what can be accomplished through the sheer force and determination of the speedrunning community. Not only in terms of the ridiculous and inspiring skills on display, but most importantly, the incredible show of support for MSF made possible by the staff, volunteers, runners, and viewers alike. Let's all keep doing great things together. Thanks for having us. Hope to see you again next year. Power Up Audio is awesome and handled our audio during the event. And generously donated as well.
Yeah, huge props to Power Up Audio for making the stream sound great. It's really a huge part of the experience if you can, actually hear everything well. And they're doing a fantastic job for us.
They tend to do that. Create something wonderful and then abandon it.
All right.
Do you know why they abandoned this course?
This one's a pretty simple one. I'm just going to pop out of here. Oh, get out of my way, idiot. All right. So this next puzzle is interesting in that the fastest, or at least one of the fastest ways to do it, doesn't actually use portals at all. So what we're going to be doing is just a bunch of air strafing off of this faith plate here. So here I'm going to hit it on this side, smack my head on the ceiling like that to hit this button. Come over here to grab this orb right here. Come over here, smack my head again, and while I'm falling, I may as well use my stored momentum. Didn't smack my head that time.
Have you worked out
Put the ball in the holder, head to the elevators.
That strat's kind of tough because if you don't strafe out of the way quick enough, you fizzle the ball and you waste a ton of time. So
Yeah, so see on that third one when I didn't actually hit my head on the ceiling, there was a fizzler up there, and if I had messed up any of those previous flings, I would have fizzled the ball and had to restart, so.
In regular co-op, you can kind of interrupt yourself with a bridge so your partner doesn't hit their head on the fizzler.
I thought going back to these old tests would satisfy that.
So
It just happened one too many times.
To fail this next
a little elevator there to push myself up, and I can just pop up. See a portal surface right there. Set up my bridge, and let's move on to the next chamber. This one's super easy. Oh.
Got a $350 donation from Empty Boxosaurus. All right, you guys got me. I was pretty meh about this Portal 2 run. Not anymore. Looking forward to Earthbound.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. So the Heartlay Bridges course that I'm on right now is actually my favorite art style in the game. So Portal 2 added a bunch of new kind of biomes, and one of them is this destroyed overgrown, and I think it was a really cool contrast to the super sterile-looking Portal 1 chambers. I have a huge soft spot for this game. It's probably just my favorite game ever, and I'm really glad that I get to represent it here at SGDQ. Don't need that anymore. All right, there's a quick, well-aimed shot that I need to do here. It's like that. A little bit of a mouse flick there. Sets up the bridge. Well, one of them made it. That's close enough, right? Unfortunately, I do need both of the robots to come. So let's actually do that correctly. Nice. So angling the bridge like that will usually let you just bounce off of it. I guess I hit the flat part of it and just fell into the goo, but yeah, that's fine. Kept the bridge, did it again. We're in. That's all that matters.
$20 from Boix. Hey, Azorae, I have just one thing to say. Azo Squid. Oh, and when is 2 U-Beat machines one player?
Ooh. If there wasn't constantly a line here, I would definitely be doing that, although there is that video of me on Twitter playing one-handed. That's pretty fun. So Gladys is right, this test is extremely easy. But not really because of a glitch or anything, just because of a kind of level design oversight. This first part's done basically as intended, because there's nothing you can really do other than use that bridge. But once you get over to here, you can actually just see straight down, put a bridge across here, walk across, and then just jump straight to the exit like that. Put a portal here so that my other buddy can come along, and we'll make it straight into the elevator here.
Your ability to complete this test proves the humans wrong. They described it as impossible, deadly, cruel.
Seems like a decent time to upload this picture to Twitter. That's a little blurry or whatever, it's fine. Sweet.
make sure to use the hashtag.
I just said hi. I don't have time for hashtags. We're speedrunning here. All right. So we're going to go out of bounds. All right, we went out of bounds.
Good job.
Nice.
That doesn't actually save that much time. It just lets you get over the other room easier. It's the only instance of out of bounds in the entire co-op speedrun. But here I set the bridge up so that I'll fall directly onto it right here in front of this thing. All right. Bit of a fun one going on right here. You can use the momentum from the faith plate to start a bunny hop and take yourself all the way to the other end of that bridge. I need to make sure that orange is the first one through this portal so that it doesn't get fizzled when he hits the fizzler right in front of me. But other than that, I can take myself directly to the exit.
And for those wondering about the out of bounds, what we do is we portal bump a portal through a corner. There is kind of a weird portable surface wall thing that exists out of bounds on the other side of that, and if we try and put a portal next to one that already exists and there's only a thin wall, it'll move the portal over to the other side and we can walk out of bounds that way.
Yeah, the intended mechanic there is to, like, if you move over slightly but not far enough to shoot a portal, it'll just move it to where it should be. But if where it should be is blocked by a wall, you'll just bump through the wall in some circumstances. It's really helpful.
The problem also is that the player can get stuck out of bounds, and you'll need to restart the level if that happens. So you kind of need to be careful with the other player's movement as you go out of bounds.
Yeah, you won't die at any point.
That's just like an infinite fall.
Yep. So you do need to circle jump that relatively well, but it's not too difficult to do. All right, I need to be very careful here not to get myself turned into a bullet kebab. All right, we got there in time. That's fine. Put the bridge back up. I need this. This is gonna hold this here for now. Make it to the other side with blue. Break this bridge and then run. All right, made it.
Humans must have reconfigured it for my original plans.
So turrets are going to be featured pretty prominently in these next couple of chambers, so I need to be a little bit more careful than normal. Because they do a lot of damage and do a lot of knockback in this game, so if you get caught in their fire, it gets really nasty really quick. So fortunately, this is the light bridge course, though, so let me just drop a bridge in front of them so they can't hit us.
I miss that smell.
Quick fling across here. And goodbye. Poor turrets. Truly sympathetic villains. All right, so normally there's a really wide placement helper on that wall, but if you put it directly at the top right here, you can just fall onto this platform. Grab this guy. All right. I missed. I'm very bad at throwing things. Fortunately, there's a backup for this where I swing over, block this turret with the pillar, make my way in here before I get killed, and then make my way over to here. All right. About to go behind the scenes again, and we're going to do this solo as blue again, so we've got time for a donation or two.
We've got a $200 donation from a Majestic Barrel. After a long week at work, I'm glad to sit down and watch such an interesting run. Shoutouts to Azorae and to my favorite commentator, Twinge. Cheers, Barrel. We've got a $150 donation from King Dine. Best of luck on the Portal 2 run, Azorae. We've got $100 from Dizzy Skin that says, my alarm didn't go off. I miss Zelda. I've met with a terrible fate.
All right. Kobe. So unfortunately I don't have a partner here, so I need to get a little bit creative with some of these puzzles. This one, normally you're supposed to bounce a ball off of a bridge, but fortunately for about a 6 or 7 tick window, a tick being 1/66th of a second, you can actually just slice the ball in half, it'll lose all of its momentum and fall straight down for you like that. So that shot has about 1/10 of a second worth of leeway on it, so fortunately we got that first try. And then coming up, we're going to be abusing placement helpers once again. This puzzle is super cool, played casually. Normally you're just supposed to fling both of the characters at the same time and have them crash into each other over the platform, but you just do a carefully done bunny hop and circle strafe and make it all the way to this platform by yourself. Oh yeah, I have another robot. Nah, whatever.
Interestingly, in the regular co-op, you can actually beat that second stage without using the light bridge. But when you get to the third part, the light bridge won't be on if you don't turn it on. In the second part.
Boom. All right. So with light bridges done, we're about to start Excursion Funnels, which features one of my favorite glitches in Portal 2 that was found, I believe, day 1.
Yeah, this was found like before the game came out.
Yeah. So we're heading into Excursion Funnels now. And we're going to be doing a little bit of flying. Let's go ahead and jump straight down here. So the Portal 2 version of the source engine is slightly different than the Portal 1 version in a couple of different ways. Mostly you can see me doing normal bunny hopping like Half-Life or Quake style rather than ABH, accelerated backwards hopping. And one of those changes includes that you cannot crouch in the air anymore. So what we can do is trick the game into letting us crouch in the air by using a funnel. And because the engine is not designed to accommodate this, it doesn't really know what to do, so it just lets you fly.
It's not nice to make fun of blue like that.
Ah, almost. Unfortunately, my height was just a little bit too much there, so
I'm amazed you're still on
I'm going to do that again anyway. Let me just make my way over to the funnel with the other guy. There we are.
It's tough because once you leave the funnel, there's very few ways to control
Yes.
your vertical momentum. So if you're going up, you just kind of keep going up.
Yeah. I am locked on my z-axis here. I can't move up or down unless I have a slanted surface to work with, but unfortunately at that level there's nothing that I can do. So I just kind of have to make sure we do it correctly. But there we go. Made it across with both of them.
I've been doing some reading. Did you know that the word orange is derived from the same Latin root as the word traitor?
$200 anonymous donation. First time donating, long time watcher. I'm so glad my coworkers showed me this amazing event. Definitely going to keep watching and keep donating.
See, I'm hearing different audio than what I normally do when I play with Slurpee. I'm forgetting all these cool new lines.
Yeah, when you're playing in split screen, the voice lines are actually slightly different than they are when you're playing normally. So here I have a light blue portal on my funnel, so I need to remember that. I'm going to switch the portal over as soon as I get over this platform. Pop this, and I should be able to make it in time. Easy. Can I beat the ball? Oh, not quite.
I can't bite my tongue
All right.
anymore. You could solve this puzzle faster on your own.
Yeah.
Just dragging you down. There, I've said it.
All right. So the Excursion Funnel course isn't all flying. It has a bunch of cool tricks as well. I believe this is Drill coming up? It's hard to remember. There's like 47 different maps. Remembering them all in order is a little tricky. Yeah, this is Drill. So this platform is normally only supposed to hold one portal, but it can actually hold two, which lets you do this. Just jump directly into this funnel, and I can just chill out right here. And I solved the puzzle. Woo.
While teamwork is needed to complete these tests,
Very easy chamber made possible by a pretty glaring oversight on Valve's part as far as making that a too-wide panel.
They're really a big fan of their portal helpers.
Yes. All right. We're flying here. Hopefully I can set up these portals exactly right. So I want to put this one here-ish, this one here, and this should work for me. So I want to wait until my momentum is fully stopped, hold crouch, and then just move through the portal like that. And I'll fly straight across to here. I want to do the same thing here. And wait until my momentum is fully stopped. And then fly here. This is a little bit low, but we made it. Then we get to do a little bit of a dance here. That's normally skippable, but I was a little bit concerned about my height, so I didn't go for the taunt skip there.
$20 anonymous donation. GDQ is awesome and stuff. Let's get to 2 million.
Let's do it. We still have Earthbound coming up, guys. That's going to be great, so stick around. This party's going to last all night. So Zimbabwe on the couch promised $100 if I could make this jump both times, but I've already failed. I'm very, very greatly sorry. That bunny hop is almost perfect. You have just enough speed at like maximum bunny hop velocity to make it across that gap. It's one of the hardest tricks in the run, and to do it twice is like completely unheard of, so I'll just do the slightly easier strat of flying my way over there.
It's okay, I'll do it anyway.
Thanks, man. Really helps me out.
Another interesting thing about flying is you can't fly if you jump into the funnel, so he has to be careful when he's entering these fling plates to walk into them rather than jumping onto them.
Yep. So because of the way the game works, it won't let you crouch after you've jumped, but if you enter the air in some other way, like entering a funnel or a faith plate, you can crouch in midair, which is part of the reason that the flight glitch works.
Which is a really fun thing to realize after you've gone through all the work of setting up a fly glitch and then you just fall.
And then, oh, I can't crouch. Yeah.
I agree. I never
Yeah.
noticed.
So again, we have a pretty long fly to do here, so if we've got a couple of donations, now's a pretty good time to read them.
Got a $30 donation from NAF that says, watching Azorae is what I look forward to each DDQ. Thanks for the laughs and incredible runs over the years. $150 from Ranyar. Hello, I've been watching for a few years now and feel obliged to donate. Thanks for all the enjoyment the past little bit. Got a $50 donation from Dave and Charlie. Loving the portal run. Azorae is killing it, but I'm not so sure about his partner.
My partner is a little awful.
Betrayed by Orange for telling me those horrible things about you. If Orange had said those things about me.
Also of note, if you strafe jump, if you strafe while you're in the air with fly, you can still gain velocity like you normally would with like bunny hopping and stuff. So you can end up getting a lot of really fast momentum through flies.
You do kind of have to be careful, though, because there is a speed in this game when you're in the air where if you're over it, you lose control.
Yeah.
And so you just fly in a straight line, and you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and the limiting factor in that chamber is vertical momentum anyway, because you need to gain enough height to make it to the ending platform.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and shoot this. This is one of the most fun chambers in Excursion Funnels, in my opinion. Get to do a lot of cool portal swaps. It actually looks like a real portal map. Make it up here, and then as blue makes up the funnel, we'll be able to make it to the exit.
At the start of this course, I was worried you were becoming too close. But in my attempt to drive you apart, I learned something important.
All right.
About trust and betrayal. Your brains are too small to feel either of those emotions. So I can trust
We have $200 from Roo with the message Roo.
I can handle that. All right, so this next chamber is a little bit annoying. There's another rat maze, but this one's much harder to do solo. So what I'm going to do is try to make a seam shot there. That went actually very quickly. So blue's going to go on an extraction adventure here. Get this turret out of the way. That can mess up my ability to get this cube out of this portal. So hopefully I don't just get stuck in an infinite loop here. That would be very disappointing, but hey, made it out smoothly. Perfect. So now I just shift myself back upwards, let myself fall into this portal with both of them. And make our way up the stairs. So that actually went very smoothly, all things considered. That map is usually a gigantic pain.
That was really solid.
And we're on to the last true behind the scenes, which is a pretty fun map, actually.
Please refrain from doing those childish gestures while you are up there.
$150 from SMGZ. I look forward to these events every year and love to support a great cause.
All right. So this map is normally incredibly long. It requires you to take several long funnel rides while blocking turrets with bridges. But fortunately, this room right here where you're normally supposed to funnel yourself through over this spike pit, you can actually just jump and hit that portal surface right there. So I'm going to borrow the funnel from this room. I'll come back over here with blue, put this here, and then hopefully I can make this jump. All right. That jump can be a little tricky sometimes, but there's a bunny hop on these moving platforms and ride straight to the exit there. No! Funnel was placed poorly. That was my fault, but we'll say it wasn't my fault. It was my partner's fault. Let's try that again. It shouldn't be too big of a deal, but either way, we're going to get one of those long end cutscenes, so now's a great time for a couple of donations.
We have a $250 donation from Undyne. Thanks to everyone for this awesome week of runs. Donating for the anime favorite food incentive because, as we all know, anime is real. Don't burn down your excitement, or burn down your house with your excitement, Undyne.
Good try.
$25 from Ciora. Portal 2 is great. I never would have imagined that co-op could be done solo, though.
Gonna go on a little bit of an adventure here.
So, I never would have imagined it would have been done solo either. I kind of just did it as a fun challenge to myself, and I managed to get up to the second to last map in the entire game before I hit my first real roadblock where I would actually need to be controlling two robots at once. So a huge shout out to Zebez, who couldn't be here. He's all the way in Sweden right now. But he actually pointed me in the right direction and showed me a trick that would actually make this category possible and start this long, wild journey that is, Portal 2 solo co-op speedrunning. So
I'm a little disappointed you didn't show off the companion cube.
It's really hard to do it when you're doing solo because you need to make pretty much perfect bunny hop. Like, that's why I was trying to do the throws so that I could make it back to the funnel a little bit faster. But if you were in that funnel just a little bit longer, it would spawn a companion cube in the wall there. All right, so we've reached mobility gels, which is the final testing track.
I need human test
So,
subjects for it to be science.
For this particular course, I'm going to be moving back and forth, swapping spots on this button, and just slowly making my way up to the top here. And you can see a little bit of the reportal thing there, where I got some velocity by standing next to a portal while it was changed.
You really are the best cooperative testing team I could ever ask for.
All right. So there's 2 little ledges you can stand on the elevators that let you just not fall. It's pretty funny. Just a minor little thing.
Back to human.
All right, so here is one of the more difficult jumps in the run. You need to circle jump here, and then strafe. All right, we're halfway there.
That's why humans couldn't complete.
This jump is actually super tight, and you need to air strafe incredibly well to do it. But there we go.
Yeah,
Easy every
solid.
time.
Nice.
Easy every time.
And that's a jump that, like I was saying, if you're going too fast, you lose
Yep.
your momentum or your air control, and you can do that there and just fly off into the abyss.
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning how carefully you need to air strafe there, because if you don't strafe correctly, you end up gaining too much speed and will just slam yourself into the wall instead of being able to turn towards the exit door.
So, do either any of you know the reasoning behind why the floor is you can shoot through the floor on that level in order to place that portal?
Not sure, actually. So this particular chamber is too hard for me, so I'm going to skip it. We're just going to come straight down to here. There we go. Land on this little rafter right here, and I can see a small sliver of a portalable surface. So I'm going to put down a blue portal right here, come through, and then dive orange into the acid to be reconstructed. And I'll turn around and put the other portal here, and then I'm in the next chamber, where I can just put this portal on the ceiling and do a well-timed jump straight to the exit door. So lots of skips in that chamber. Pretty cool.
Lucky for you two. While I can't control the world outside of the testing courses, the reassembly machine can continue with his work.
These sort of like old aperture area courses have a lot of skips like that, where just the levels are kind of in this big same sphere, and you can go under or over the course to find the next part of it.
Yeah, because of the kind of level design where everything's kind of patchy and held together. This is a light, by the way. Yeah. It's because of all of the weird kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but there's a lot of
Geometry.
kind of a roughshod level design here, which is a really cool looking level design, but actually makes it very, very easy to skip things. So we get a circle strafe here, start at about a 45-degree angle, and again, if I strafe too quickly there, I'll lose all of my control, so I need to be relatively careful with what I'm doing. And we're done with
That
this
is
map
hard.
now.
Nice job.
Nice.
So the reason that I can reasonably consistently do all of these tricks that are normally, like you do these tricks in normal co-op, we just do them once a time, but I get twice as much practice as everybody else with all the hard tricks. All right. Another timing puzzle here made much more manageable by the fact that I know exactly when I'm supposed to go. So I'm going to set myself up with this button. And when I hit this, a cube's going to drop, so I'm going to catch it. It's very important that I leave this cube exactly on this corner, because Valve just kind of forgot to put a wall right here. I'll leave a portal there, and we'll be using that a little bit later. We do first need to make it all the way down here. Unfortunately, I can't just leave a robot behind because I need both of them here to activate this door. Otherwise, I would just put this portal down and come through that way. But I can just come here. Hello. Borrow this cube from the previous chamber. And just smack it right here on the button. So again, this was one of the more difficult chambers to do solo normally. Like you would need to do some insanely quickly timed portals. And I'm not sure it would even be possible to solve that chamber normally in solo co-op. So fortunately, we can just go ahead and borrow a cube. All right. This next one coming up requires a little bit of aim of a different sort.
Smelly,
So let me grab this.
annoying.
So I'm going to put a portal down here, and put this here. Normally you're supposed to use this as a portal surface to send orange gel wherever you need it, but I'm just going to use it as an orange gel surface and fling myself straight up like that. I'm going to burn all these turrets, come back over to here, and hopefully I can make this in time. And there we go, perfect. Fling myself over to the exit, line it up again, and fling the other robot to the exit. All right, perfect.
We are only
2 more tests to go, so we're at the levels where Z-Bets had to go in and step in. So the way that acceleration works on Orange Gel is that it doesn't take into account the distance that you're traveling. It takes into account how long you've been traveling. So what I'm going to do is paint just about as much as I can to this level so I can go a little bit faster. So here's where we ran into a problem. Set this guy up in front of the button. There's not enough room here to get enough speed. So what I'm going to do is crouch, run for about 2 seconds, and when I uncrouch, I'll have a huge burst of speed because I've been moving crouched, which is much slower. So the game considers me as having run a long time on Orange Gel, accelerates me up to maximum velocity very quickly, and allows me to make that fling. And that makes this entire category possible. So, woo.
Also, for whatever reason on this level, you don't actually have to leave the cube on the button. If you just touch it there, the door will stick open.
Yep, that button, unlike most buttons, which will deactivate when you leave or take the cube off of it, that one will just stay active as soon as it's activated. And just like that, we've made it to the last level. So we're making some pretty good time here. That's a turret. Gotta wait for this door to open. So this next jump is a little bit tight, and I need to do it twice, so hopefully this goes well. What I need to do is kind of fling myself far, but not too far, to bounce on that gel. So right there, that worked well. Now we do it again with orange, and hopefully we can make it. All right, excellent. Quick bunny hop there.
Nice.
Oh, we're not out of the woods yet, though, don't worry. Normally you would go down here, but you can just jump right there. And there's a little portal surface there. So I'm going to just ferry my way through here. And normally you're supposed to hit 1, 2, and 3 to raise these up, but you can just do this.
There's a whole laser puzzle behind the scenes here that he's skipping.
Yep. So again, do the last double lever, and one more fly for the road. We're going to sit here, wait for our momentum to completely stop, as per usual. Then I'm going to hold space and count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uncrouch. Make my way slowly over to this button, and then fly free. Up here. Cancel the fly by breaking the funnel there. Put down some blue gel. Portal myself back over to here. And, all right, Twins, don't leave me hanging, or we're going to save or kill the humans.
Well, you killed so many turrets this run. I think we should save them.
We should save the humans? All right, well, time's coming up in 3, 2, 1, now. Well, if I can actually do it. There we go. That should do it. Hey, now for real. That was time.
Yeah. It was 45:01.
45:01. Yeah. In-game time, that would probably be about a 41 or 42, which is a pretty decent time, actually. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, that's fair. Whatever. The timer was a bit of a mess. That's not important. The important thing is that we had fun, or at least I had fun. I don't know about you guys. Again, thank you very much for having me. I'm glad that you thought that this run was worth donating, and it really was, because it's all going to a great cause. So thank you very much. Let's kick off the end of the marathon with Earthbound. I don't think I have very much else to say. I guess I can do some real quick shout-outs to the Board Game Q Discord, the Not Overwatch Discord, and Myrtle Beach Games down in South Carolina, my local game store, if you're watching there. And thanks to my mom for donating, helping this to get met. So thanks, everybody. I really appreciate that I could be here and represent Portal 2, and I will hopefully see you again at SGDQ 2018. Have a good one, and farewell.
Trust us, we did enjoy the run. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. And speaking of Earthbound, we've not got a whole lot of time left to meet the Fuzzy Pickles photo collection incentive for Earthbound. If you want to see that happen, need about 6,000 more towards that. We've got a $50 donation from Mad Raycor that says, "It's been a great week of runs. Thanks to everyone who made it possible." There are also naming incentives for all the Earthbound characters. I suggest putting it towards naming Paula Jester, which is down by about $500 right now. So if we want to name Paula Jester, make sure you get your donations in for that. A $100 donation from Simon